Good morning, traders. This is the 19th of April. Just to follow on from the video that we did on Friday about the gold trade, our target was 1689. Now, why 1689? Because 1689 was this breakout level on the daily here. Yeah. So around 1689 was this breakout level on the daily here. I can't even think this morning. Sorry, this level here. Okay. Around this kind of top of this candle here and here. So this 1690 level is kind of critical on the gold chart in history. So what I did was said, okay, let my target be 1689 for a retest of that, because we broke out of that level here. We saw the weakness here. We saw the weakness here. So we were almost guaranteed a test of that breakout level, right? Always happens in the markets that the smart money will always want to test for selling interest prior to taking it higher. So there was one comment on the video from a fellow called Josh, and Josh is correct. Like, gold is overall in a weekly uptrend. Yeah. Okay. So gold overall is in an uptrend. Okay. Until this area down here is broken. Like once the area down here is broken, like 1644, we can say that gold is no longer in an uptrend. But other than that, gold is essentially in an uptrending channel, roughly, kind of. Okay. So we can say that, and coronavirus is still out there and the market is still shit. But the issue with the market is, and this is what gold responds to, is that we're still getting stimulus packages. There will be a miracle cure for coronavirus within the next 3 or 4 months. So, whether or not we go to 1800 or not, which I do believe that Josh is probably correct on that. We are seeing a lot of weakness here on the weekly chart, but that doesn't mean anything. Look, we actually closed on the low of this. This actually is a very, very weak bar on the weekly chart and doesn't make any sense to me. But you know what? When Corona was out, this also didn't make any sense. We went from 1690 to 1471. Okay, that's when Corona was first announced and the world went into lockdown. Since then, gold went up because of the stimulus packages. Okay, that's why gold has gone up fundamentally. Okay, because of the stimulus packages from the US. So and we're actually now in a very, very critical area of 1690. Now, looking forward to next week. Okay, so let's get rid of some of these little blue lines here. Looking forward to next week. So what have we got here on the charts? Well, we've got a few interesting things. We've got this hourly chart here. This one closed on the lows. The volume was probably the highest of the session. Okay, so this is potential supply in the market. This bar. Okay, this one. That's supply in the market. Okay, so that's sellers hitting the market. But look what happened here. We came down and closed on the highs. So we're trying to find some buying support here on this level. Okay. Then what we did is we didn't really go too much below this support level. So we're just kind of retesting this 1689, 1682 level. I mentioned in the video that we might get to 1684. We didn't. The low of gold was 1679. So what am I expecting next week? Well, I wouldn't actually buy gold next week until we get above 1701. Okay. Other than that, I'll be selling rallies. Yeah. Now, selling rallies into that 1650 area. Okay. But a break above 1701 would be a very, very nice trade to the upside, and with potential targets of 1737 or higher, as one of the subscribers mentioned. But for the moment, we are trending down. I'm a trend trader. The hourly chart is trending down, and gold might rally on the weekend, or it might just keep on with this trend on the downside. Looking at the 4 hour, we are seeing a bit of a mushroom top here. Okay, on the 4 hour, bit of a mushroom top. I like those. So we could end up with a move up into 1710, and if that happened and we saw weakness, okay, if that happens and we see weakness at 1710, we could see a move down to 1632. Mushroom top. So in other words, some people know these as inverted cup and handles. In VSA, Tom Williams, he calls it a mushroom top, right? It's a mushroom top. You look for an up move, you look for a sign of weakness, like an up thrust or a no demand, and then basically what you're doing then is you would see a drop into 1632 test, right? That's kind of what we might see. We might see not 1632, actually, I've got that line drawn wrong. Might be about 1640, 1650 area. Then what we would do is we would look for a move down to this area, maybe, potentially, and then we would look for another move up, right? Because we haven't tested this really. I mean, we did test the breakout level here actually, so that was the test of the breakout. You see, it always happens. There's the breakout, there's the resistance, there's the breakout, there's the test, low volume down bar. That was actually quite a nice trade that I wasn't focused on. I wasn't been trading a lot recently. We are getting this kind of small down move, and as I said, my plan for coming on Monday would be to buy above 1701, which is a breakout of the daily resistance level again, or a move down from 1674 on signs of weakness, and we continue down into the 1639 area, 1650 area, something like that. Yeah. So that's basically kind of what I'm looking for. So potentially could go either way. So as was indicated correctly, gold in Asia is obviously is normally a trap. It's very, very normally a trap. And the reason I was so confident on this trade was because of the weakness we saw on the daily chart. It wasn't to do with the weakness that we saw on the lower time frames. It was to do with the weakness we saw on the daily chart. So we do have some supply at about 1750 that has to be absorbed before the smart money can take it back up again. So what they'll do is they'll allow that supply to take the price down, and then what will happen is we'll start seeing, when they're ready to buy again, if it's going to go to 1800, we will see massive volumes coming in, and it could potentially be on a breakout of 1701, or it could be on a test of 1650. That's what we're going to be looking for in the gold chart moving forward this week. Okay, so keep an open mind. It's trading, the markets are dynamic, anything can happen at any time, yeah, so just keep safe out there. Yeah.